hearing is Forex. So this is one of the reasons that Talent Makers Foundation. So we are looking to bridge that gap between you who are curious, you who want to break into tech, but you do not know how to maneuver your way through it. So that is the reason, that is the issue, that's the challenge that Talent Makers Foundation is here to bridge. So you can see that where talents meet opportunity. So we are here to help you. After giving you the awareness, letting you know that, okay, this is what the tech industry is about. If you are underprivileged in any way, we can connect you with mentors, we can connect you with internship opportunities, we can connect you with training opportunities, and so on and so forth. So that is what Talent Makers Foundation briefly is about. I wouldn't want to take our time so much because we started it already. So as you go ahead, I'm sure you will get to know more and more about our brand. Thank you very much, and do enjoy it.
One more time, please put yourself for her. The executive director, please put your hands together for her. Great Nigerian student. Great Nigerian student. Greatest Bobo. Greatest Baba. Now we think person left for 5 years with that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, if you know you're happy to be here, please put yourself one more time again.
So we have very, very important people, very special people in our midst.
Yes, sir.
So we want to specially acknowledge the people in our midst. Let's put our hands together as we welcome. Just wave to the crowd, you know, I mean, you're a celebrity in our midst. Please put your hands together. We have Miss Joy Murray with us today. Thank you so much. Put your hands together now.
And we also have the presence of Mr. David Odes. He is a cyber security specialist. Put your hands together for him.
We also have a very pretty lady. She looks Asian and African. Put your hands together for Miss Eunice Jacob, a full stack developer. Thank you.
And we also have a fantastic lady, a woman of capacity, Mrs. Belle Libera. She is the front-end developer. Please.
Very anointed man. In fact, if you see, oh my God, don't worry, we'll get there.
That's why I called him Daddy.
Okay, I mean, if you're an engineer, I mean, all the engineers in the house, the Lord is your strength.
Product marketer, please put your hands together for her.
Yes, and of course, I mean, the most special people in this room, it's not like exactly we mentioned, they're not special, but I mean, who would they speak to? Like, do you understand? Do you understand your timber and caliber? Do you understand your place in this event? Please put your hands together for yourselves. Put your hands together. Thank you so much for coming out, for missing classes and being here. Thank you. It's not a waste of your time.
You're going to miss class.
I'm not missing no class.
No class. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, please, I want to ask a question before we welcome the first speaker. Please, I want to ask a question, a very vital question. Please, boys and girls, between boys and girls, who is 97? Oh, brother, you're a boy. Man, they are brother, 1 + 1. 2. God bless you. Please put your hands for him. Wow. Man, brother, A is for Apple. God bless you. Hands for him. Don't mind them. You can say women, not lie. Men go school. Please put yourself and say one more time again. You know, say people know they clap, they know sabi clap. We get who go primary school, private school, we get who go government school. Private school, let me see your hands. Private school, let me see your hands. Government school, let me see your hands. Government school, product, no shame. Me, I go government school. Let me see your hand. Let me see you, beautiful lady, my wife in the business. For she to welcome the first speaker, please sit tight, relax, bring out a pen and paper or your notebook to jot down vital information. At the end of the scene, if you have any question to ask them, they will be here to answer you. Thank you very much. Over to you, ma'am.
Okay, so as we ladies normally do, we used to manage people. So for today, I'll just manage him as my spec, but it's not. Anyways. Okay. So, like, for sure, I mean, to play with nobody. So we brought people of capacity. So our first speaker, right? Before I tell you her name, let me go into her citation. So as you're listening, just be saying, So when you're choosing spec in this life, you know what you're choosing. Okay, so our first speaker is a content writer, a community manager, specializing in compelling content that resonates with diverse audiences and driving brand advocacy through some valley companies and local brands. You know what's Silicon Valley? Developing content and managing communities ranging from less than 100 to over 100,000 members across various platforms. She currently manages the 3MTT River State Community, a key initiative under one of the world's technical talent accelerators. As a Meta certified community manager, I won't say her name, she brings a approach to our work, whether in developing community guidelines, leading teams, creating content calendars. If you are a content creator, you know how important having a content calendar is. So, right, organizing, engaging events, or measuring the impact of her strategies. She's also recognized as top 1% mentor on the ADP list, where she shares her expertise with aspiring professionals worldwide, not just
River State guys, guiding them in their career journeys and personal growth. Outside her work, she enjoys public speaking, moderating events like us, and reading books. She also loves sketching and painting as a medium to tap into her creative side. Now with a round of applause, let's make welcome the one and only Miss Joy Inyawo. Thank you so much.
You can do better than that. Please put your hands together for her.
Okay, good afternoon everyone. How are we feeling now? We look dull. You're not excited to be here. She said that you missed classes to be here, so it should be worth it, right? Just waiting for my slides to come up. But let me just get started while they work on that. We're talking about the theme of today's event, like our executive director, right? Said, empowering tomorrow's innovators through technology, which is by extension my topic and what I'll be speaking about. She has already read out my bio, but so that's all about me. I do technical content writing. I also manage the 3MTT program here in River State and all of those fantastic things that you heard. But before I get right into the talk for today, I want to start by extending my deepest gratitude to the organizers of this event. To pull up an event of this magnitude is no small feat. And event organizer myself, I know, like literally your blood, sweat, and tears goes into event planning, event organization, and also when Christiana, the program coordinator, reached out to me to extend this opportunity over, I was really excited about it, and I still am, because this is something that resonates with me, what the organization Talent Makers Foundation, it is a huge, only get to the third slide please. Okay, good. So this is something I want you to think about. When you think of the future, what comes to your mind? If I had enough time, it's something I would have really loved to hear your thoughts, but for the want of time, I'm just going to get right into it. We're talking about empowering tomorrow's innovators through technology. So we're looking at the future. When you think of the future, what comes to your mind? Now, for me, I think of a future where innovation is not restricted by background, where you can innovate irrespective of where you come from, of who you are, of your gender. You have that power to innovate. Everyone to get the opportunity to contribute meaningfully to society. But this is something I want you to, it's a food for thought. It's something I want you to go back and reflect on in line with the theme of today, empowering tomorrow's innovators through technology. So when you think of the future, what comes to your mind? Next slide, please. No? Previous. Good. Now, to buttress my point, I have tried to narrow everything down into, first of all, this, we're looking at this, what is the power of technology in shaping the future, right? Again, while you're thinking about the future, you can see that, I said here, technology has become the backbone of modern society. Look around you, there's technology everywhere, right? Technology makes our lives easier. Technology is true technology that, fans were invented, light was invented, AC was invented, and several other things. It is making our lives easier. From things like artificial intelligence, to robotics, to blockchain, biotechnology, and several other innovations that you can think of. Now, but then again, the innovation is not just about the technology in itself, but more about the people who use it to solve problems, people who use it to create opportunities, and those who use it to drive problems. Technology goes far beyond the tech, goes far beyond products and more into the people. Now, does this person on the individual on the picture on the slide, does it look familiar? Who is that? Elon Musk. Is anybody a fan? Okay, good. So we have fans of Elon Musk, I like that. I'm also a fan. Right, and this is someone that while I was trying to prepare this presentation, it's someone that I thought would make a great example, right? Right from, if you followed Elon Musk's story, right from when he was young, I think he shipped off his first product when he was 12 years or so, which was a game he developed and he sold. And he didn't just stop at that. He has gone on to build and ship several products, right? You know what he does, you know the things that he's involved with, and you know he's someone that is full of innovations. He's someone that is always thinking about the next thing to build, the next thing to ship, the next thing he can leverage technology in building. And just think about it, if people like Elon Musk was not there, if people like you and I, who are going to become tomorrow's innovators, are not there, think about how life would be. Think about if Thomas Edison did not invent the light bulb. Think about if someone like Alexander Graham Bell did not come up with the idea of a telephone. Think about how we have laptops, we have smartphones. Think about if Charles Babbage did not come up with the invention of a computer. Think about how your life would be at this point. That goes to say how much the power of technology is in shaping the future. Next slide, please. Now, the other thing I also want to highlight here is breaking barriers and seizing opportunities. Now, rightly so, we live in a time where access to knowledge has never been easier. You can stay right at the comfort of your home and get information about what's happening thousands of kilometers across the world, right? The internet has democratized learning. You can sit right in your room, earn a bachelor's degree, earn a master's degree, and earn even a PhD because you're learning online, right? Again, you can learn to code from free resources. You can build an online business just with your smartphone, with your computer. You can connect with communities just from the comfort of your home, right? Now, this goes to say how much, technology, how far it goes and how it is shaping our future. But then when it comes to breaking barriers and seizing opportunities, I want you to take a look at, the slide is off. I wanted you to take a look at the lady on the slide. Did anybody get a good look at her? Does she look familiar? No? People in tech? You don't know her, but I'm sure you use her product. Anyone? Any guesses? Nobody. Okay, I'll give you a hint. I'll say her name, and maybe, how I wish the slide is up. Maybe you can take it. Okay, this is her. I'll give you her name, and then maybe you can guess her designation or what she's known for. So her name is Odunayo Ewemi. Does it ring a bell? It doesn't? Okay. How many of us have heard of Piggy Vest? How many of us use the app? And you don't know one of the co-founders? She is one of the co-founders. And her story is also one that I want to pick out from. Just like you, do we have any graduates in the house? Graduates? Undergraduates? Okay, good. So just like you, you're students today, and very soon you would graduate because you won't be a student forever. Just like you, she was once a student, and just shortly after graduating, she went into the favor market, as we like to call it, but she no see favor. So she was looking for a job. She attended a couple of interviews. I think this was around 2016 and 2018. She attended interviews. She would go for a ton of them, but she was told that the interviews were successful, but somehow she will never get a call back from the employers, oh, you've been hired. So this was what inspired her to build her first product, which was Push CV. And it's similar to Jobberman. Is Jobberman familiar? Yes, so just like Jobberman, it connects talents to employers, but the twist here was that they usually connect, they vet the talents first before sending off to the product she made. And why I'm using her as an example is because she didn't just sit back as a graduate waiting for favor to find her, waiting to leverage that to innovate. And again, you would say that at this time there are several barriers, there are several challenges as a person, as an individual. Like I mentioned before, data is something that, it's almost difficult to come by, coupled with, inflation, high cost of living and everything. There's challenge of, let's say, mentorship. You might have the idea of what to do, you might know what to do, but maybe trying to get a team to do that, or even finding the right guidelines is something that you might find difficult. There could also be the challenge of maybe access to digital infrastructure, right? For some of us here, this is to the speakers, while we were starting out in tech, you probably did not have a laptop. For some of us, it was a struggle to actually get a device to start learning with. You probably had to borrow, maybe go to a cyber cafe, or you just had to find a way. And that's what some of us, right, as students might be facing. So there are these challenges, and they are real challenges, but even then, how are you looking beyond those challenges to break the barriers, to seize the opportunities that are within your reach? And yes, it takes effort, right, from government organizations, from private organizations, from NGOs, right, just like what the Talent Makers Foundation is doing today, organizing this event for people who are interested in getting into tech, for people who are ready to kickstart their career, for them to find their footing, right? So yes, there are organizations who are ready to help, but at the same time, it also takes that determination. It also takes that effort from you, that intentionality to want to learn and to want to be better. Next slide, please. So this brings us to this question: how is your mindset towards innovation? Right? You might think, oh, I want to innovate, or I could be creative, or I could actually do something. I've spotted a problem, but then maybe because of the challenges that abound, the challenges that are around you, the restraints, all of the reasons why you should not, and then that clouds your mindset, and that makes you think, oh, I can't innovate, I can't do this. So what is your mindset towards innovation? And again, to become an innovator, you must embrace these three key principles, because it's not just enough for you to want to innovate, you have to have the right mindset to do that. And the first thing I have is curiosity. If there's one thing that's common with people who have made groundbreaking inventions, it's that curiosity that he had, that need to want to think beyond the status quo, to want to question things, to want to ask, oh, why is this like this? How can I make it better? How can I improve? Right? You never stop learning. Learning is a continuous journey, and the best innovators are those who ask questions, and not just the questions, but the right questions. Right? They are out there to explore new ideas, and they are not afraid to experiment. Right? Think about all of the inventions today. Think about a person like Steve Jobs. The co-founder of Apple. If he was not curious enough, I don't think they would have worked that hard to create all the amazing products that they have today. Another mindset that you have to have towards innovating is resilience. Again, there will be challenges. You're going to fail. You're going to try several times, and you're going to fail. Right? Failure is not. Yes, it could be a setback, but how is your approach towards failure? How are you channeling that moment of doubt? The naysayers around you, the naysayers in your mind, right? Failure is something that you should approach as a lesson, right? A lesson in disguise. You have to look beyond that. You have to look beyond feeling like you're not good enough. You have to be able to push yourself to rise up whenever you fall, and you keep moving, you keep pushing forward, because that is what an innovator does. The next mindset that you should have is collaboration. And as a community manager, I cannot stress this enough. You would only go so far while working alone. You would only go so far by trying to do things without any help, without any assistance. So you need to be able to collaborate with people. Look around you, right?